You want to know what's going on in your dirt sports world? Whether it's 4 wheels, 2 wheels, Dirt Sports World's got you covered. From the dirt to the dunes, we bring you the latest action in racing, to lifestyle, the newest parts, the newest vehicles, and what the superstars of off-road are up to. Check out our social media for up-to-date information on Instagram, Facebook, Dirt Sports World, and more in depth. And check out the magazine at www.dirtsportsworld.com. And don't forget to check out our YouTube channel, Dirt Sports World, for some great videos. So make sure to follow us and come get dirty with us.
First up, it's the 3-time king starting off on top. It's win 17 for Conor Barry. First-time winner in the iRacing Short Course National Series, Take a Bow, Drake Mittag. And while Luke Canuck's yet to taste success in 2025, it's going to be a taste that's oh so sweet. Keaton Swain's not going to stand down. To the line, a photo finish. Her first win in the National Series. Crystal King gets it done. It's taken a while for Josh Edmondson to crack the victory circle. Winning the war, Drake Mittag, the 2025 iRacing Short Course World Finals champion. One final night, and where better to crown the iRacing Short Course Pro 4 National Series champion than here at the Big House at the Crandon International Raceway. Hi folks, and welcome along to the final round of our inaugural 2026 campaign. Live on RaceSpot TV, Arjuna Kankipati joined alongside by the voice of off-road Dave Arnold. And Dave, after the last round of the championship, our defending Pro 4 king, Conor Barry, has got some work to do. Thad Countryman sits atop the points, but here at the Big House, with qualifying being slightly less important with our 10-wide land rush start, championship fights, they're always stressful.
Oh yeah, and of course, this is the Big House. What better place to finish up a championship is right here. But I'll tell you, man, this track, it can eat you up. Here, I mean, we've had the little tight tracks. We've had the Park River, Wild West, went to the streets of Long Beach. We went to the big leaps and the big turns of Lake of Soil, and of course, ending it back here in Crandon on tax day. Who's going to pay the tax man is what I want to know. But Carnage, you don't pay him, it might be your friend.
Well,
Conor Barry.
Here's a look at how the championship standings are paid out. No real thoughts about Cody Winicki, Drake Mittag, Nicholas Dashley, who have all had stellar seasons, joining the fight at the front. However, if Conor Barry does have a slip-up tonight, it could allow Cody Winicki to slip through and grab second. And if we talk quickly about the team standings as well, these championship points will be carried over into our Pro 2 series later on this year. It's Channel 199 Sim Racing with a somewhat commanding lead as the defending team champions, but Grid 1, the pairing between Conor Barry and Drake Mittag, not far clear of Team Gold Esports, all three teams not separated by that much as we head to the final round of our Pro 4 season. But there's one slight storyline we should talk about as qualifying gets underway. It will be 10 minutes on the clock, drivers get 4 laps and the track to themselves, but got a message earlier today, Dave, from Conor saying, not sure how I'm racing tonight, but I'm going to make it happen. Along with that message, I got a picture of some crutches. He's had a small mishap getting ready for his real-world racing and fractured the top of his tibia. That means tonight, racing to defend his championship, he'll have the full use of the pedal, the throttle pedal, as per normal, but his brakes, they're now on the clutch paddles on the back of his wheel, as I've understood it, I think, and you can see him there. getting underway with the crutches sat beside him.
Yes, I got that championship final race day. Not sure how I'm going to do the race tonight, but he's going to give it his best. The crutches, I got the same one. I saw the crutches in that shot. It's going to be tough. And, you know, when I was making the joke about the tax man, he can collect you here. And, you know, Countryman's got to be, he's got to tiptoe. He's got to be smart. He's got to qualify good. He's got to be out in front if he's going to have any chance of keeping that big gap between him and Connor. And you don't want the reverse of it for him. Because we already saw how you could just be finishing in the front, finish the back, and lose a championship.
Remember, it's a 28-point deficit that Barry has. That's effectively 14 positions. And there are also 5 extra points to be paid out for pole, 4, 3, 2, 1 down through the top 5 in qualifying. Cody Winicki provisionally on top, just 27 thousandths clear of Nicholas Dachalet. Barry slots into 5th, just behind that Countryman, but with more times flying in. Edmondson to 3rd. Remember, we've got a couple more attempts from these drivers as well, so expect the times to only improve as they all head back into pit lane, reset, and roll back out as Drake Mittag is doing here.
Yeah, definitely. And, you know, Mittag's going to be a big friend to Connor, his teammate there, trying to keep it. And, of course, you know, what do we have? 18 trucks on the track when we go to the main event. And you said 14 positions make the difference. Qualifying, sprinkling a few other points. It could either be your friend for Connor Berry or be tough. I'm looking right now, Countryman sitting 1 position right now in front of Connor Berry. So could be interesting here. And I think Drake Mittag's going to want to get up there, and you might see a little team action going on.
I think, by the way, Connor is still sat next to Drake in the room together, so teammates able to work together if that's going to be important in the championship fight. We'll find out, but all of those trophies, the winners' medals from 2025 successes for Drake Mittag. It's not been such an easy 2026 for him, but he still sits, of course, 4th in the points and now launches his way to what will effectively be one of the first corners of the race itself. We start 10 wide down at turn 5, land rush start, work our way through the back half of the lap, cross the line officially to start lap number 1, so we get a free half a lap for free. Not the case that you would want in qualifying, at least, as Drake Mittag, just 1 corner left to go. It's been rather tidy, but he's going to bail and open up the final corner to set up for what will be the penultimate attempt he gets in this session.
So you're trying to say he might have a chance to be on the podium?
He's running out of chances.
I was kind of getting about it.
Running out of chances to get up there in qualifying, though.
Yeah, he definitely struggles. Crandon is not always his best track, but he does, you know, had some good runs here. Now the big question is Countryman. Will he get a quicker lap this next time by? I think he's pulling over, getting for a setup here. Here we go.
Just looking at our invert, it will be invert the front 6. So as it sits right now, Connor Barry would actually be on the inside of the land rush 10 wide formation. Why is that important? I'd rather be on the inside than in the middle of that sandwich heading down on the start.
Yo, I agree. I mean, you know, definitely, you know, but we've seen the inside of so many times have gotten that with the invert, put him in the middle. Winicki, putting him on the pole. Connor really accelerates on the pole. Now, I think you brought up a big, question, point about his crutches. Doesn't have the brake pedal, can't use it there. On the clutch, so he's riding with the hands.
Well, I was also, maybe we can get another look watching on board with Connor at some point tonight, but I didn't think that his wheel had hand clutches, and so maybe I misunderstood the message he had sent me, and maybe he's using the foot clutch, which doesn't have as much resistance as the brake pedal would, but will still give you, I would assume, at least some feeling of where you are. I would guess the precision on brakes maybe not as important as some of the other tracks that we've gone racing at. Nice and tight to the inside from Thad Countryman in what is his penultimate qualifying attempt. He crosses the line and bails, so that might be qualifying done. And 1:15.128, no higher than 3rd, I think, for Countryman.
Still not going to put him in a bad spot. He's still going to be around the same spot in the middle there. And you can see Edmondson right behind him there, Winkler. And like you said, if Connor Berry stays where you're at, if you're Connor Berry, you know the invert 6. Do you go back out and try and better that time?
I think you probably go back out there at the very least to get some practice with your slightly new controls. Speaking of new, Josh Edmondson, he sent me a message saying that he's got a brand new VR headset, the Pimax Crystal Super OLED VR. That's a lot of letters thrown together. But what I assume it means is a lot more resolution in front of your face. Yoinks on the handbrake to rotate the car down at tree turn. You've got the start zone actually off on the right, and they'll blend back onto the racing surface, and you can kind of see from here, Dave, the run off the line is anything but flat. It's bumpy and bumpier in the middle.
I agree with that. There is nothing flat on this track. Are you kidding me? If you want to go race pavement and be smooth all the time, let's go back to Long Beach. I've driven on the streets of Long Beach, and ain't that smooth.
Well, I'm doing. You were asking me before we went on air if I'm going to be there this coming weekend for the festivities. Instead, commentating remotely, but it's been a lot of fun preparing for a Long Beach weekend because you kind of count the number of cars that have slipped into the fountain. Josh Edmondson, not sure that was intended as he works off the last corner, but maybe just setting up for what will be his final run in qualifying. Sits 5th currently. I can tell you, Connor Barry will not improve, and so he is hoping that no one behind him finds some more time, and he'll line up on the inverted pole position when we go racing for the first main event later tonight.
Yeah, I understand he's in a Connor's in a knee brace and has a fractured bone right below the knee. So you can't really pull that foot up then. Ouch.
So I would then have to assume that is he using the right foot on the clutch pedal, and that's a lot of dancing to do across a pedal box. Although I guess the benefit of sim racing is someone, maybe Drake, could have, just before this race started, removed the brake pedal and made the throttle and the clutch be a little bit closer together.
Yeah, I'm kind of curious to see how he's going to... That is literally tap dancing on the pedals.
He's given us more questions than answers so far, and so we'll get hopefully some of the answers at some point. Edmondson back to the line. He's had a pretty good season, all things considered, as much as he's missed one round in the championship. Tied on points with Zachary Drapkin for 8th, and with a 1:15.043, make that a 15.066. With time expiring at the death, Josh Edmondson jumps to the front.
You said he was maybe setting up for a good run. Well, he sure did. That one did not disappoint.
The best runs are always the ones that are the quietest. He didn't put a foot wrong, and Edmondson grabbed 5 championship points, but 12 cars forward to the main event. It now means we're ready for the first of our 2 LCQs. 5 laps in length and some strong cars and drivers in this one. Matthew Lindy and Quintin Del Olmo split the front row with Tom Grady and Ethan Curran behind them. Rick Huseman in the all-white 136 has got Zachary Goddard alongside as we continue on the one row of fighting that we'll have. Noah Carmichael, Matt Lass, and Michael Boyd. Remember, 9 cars enter, 6 move forward. And yeah, they're all on one row when we get underway.
Yeah, this is going to be a great start here. You can just see it's going to be interesting.
Not
and
much
you can see
of a
Rick Huseman still got that white wrap on there.
Hasn't learned the lesson just yet. Already the drivers have been given their instructions. And for the first time tonight, let's send them Land Rush style at Crandon. In the middle, can't miss Ethan Curran in that yellow and pink Iridium Sim Sports entry as they dive down out through turn 5, the opening corner of the race. It's Quintin Del Olmo on the outside of Matthew Lindy. Tom Grady got all sorts of out of shape. Rick Huseman now sideways as they run their way through the long left-hander. All 9 safely through.
Yeah, Huseman got shuffled to the back on that little wideness there and got sliding out there, lost a lot of traction. Lindy with a great run, but he's not done with Del Olmo's still going to be battling with there. Lindy had that inside pole position, able to shoot down in there through no problem. But a little bit of contact back and forth with him and Del Olmo.
Michael Boyd has worked forward from 9th to 6th, but now bullied back down to 9th. How quickly things can change in these rather physical LCQs, and let's not forget, last round of the season, it's a long wait before we're racing again in the Pro 2s. These drivers can afford to make some enemies and hope that the memories have faded by the time we go racing once again.
Yeah, but trust me, they have long memories. They'll remember every bump and all that. Hey, remember me? You see a little hand wave here and there in the rearview mirror. They're going to let him know. But 3 wide through there. Oh, my goodness. Seeing Grady Curran and Lass. How about that? Curran just getting slammed, pinched on both sides there. A lot of contact. Can't believe the fiberglass still on there.
Matt Lassen, that Daniel Newman Racing, the orange, black, and red, a very multicolored truck, the 198 on the inside of Ethan Curran. Remember, these drivers all already inside of the transfer spots. It's the all-white of Rick Huseman that's now trying to force his way forward to close on the slithering Ethan Curran. Contact in the air, never ideal. Behind Noah Carmichael, looking over the shoulders. At last, not the greatest of exits down off the gravel pit, and so now as they run back towards Calamity Corner, some more argy-bargy, but officially, we've completed the first lap of the race.
That seems like a really long lap. And that's one of the things with the Land Rush area. You don't even start your lap until you come around and hit it one time. So that's what's so great about this. I mean, you get that little extra lap, or at least half a lap.
I remember we did a Crandon short race once in iRacing short course, and we did a rolling start. It just felt wrong. It didn't feel right. Here comes another slide job. Ethan Curran's going to shove Matt Lass out wide. Meanwhile, Rick Huseman's bullied his way past Noah Carmichael and back up into the top 6.
Yeah, you can see 3, 4, and 5 of Grady Curran and Lass. They have been very physical out there, as we were seeing very quietly. Huseman starting back up to that 6th position, but you can see on board with Carmichael, he's just outside the bubble, so he's got a little work cut out for him. So they go into the Ponzi sign there, past the VIP suites, and this is always a good setup here. If we get to see passes, this is where we usually see it at. Sliding down through the gravel pit.
You might think that there's an apex there that they could have hit, but no, that's the typical racing line. Try and build the exit speed back up down towards Calamity Corner, where yes, you are a lot tighter to the inside wall. Noah Carmichael getting touched up by Zachary Goddard now, as already Rick Huseman has skipped away to the tune of a couple of truck lengths, and the Team Watson Racing 29 going to be eager to not get involved into a fight that drags out too long. The longer these two fight, the less time that they'll have to close on the back of Huseman, get involved in the fight. 2.5 laps left to go.
As a good move by Goddard trying to get up the inside, but he might just overshirt the corner. Nope, able to make the pass stick there. Moves up into the position, gets by Carmichael. Carmichael back to P8 at this point. And that allowed Rick Huseman to get another truck length on his little gap there. Little bit of breathing room, as I say.
I love that shot of the trucks coming over the jump on the entry into the left-hander. More contact. Huseman lucky that Goddard and Carmichael keep squabbling with each other, because it's keeping these two away. Carmichael tries the slider. Goddard's going to cut back underneath and put the power down. But remember, the next time we also go racing, you correctly pointed out, racers have long memories. As Carmichael shoves it back up the inside down at Calamity Corner, allows Michael Boyd to get involved in the fighting too. I still remember stories of when I used to race in the sim racing world about 7-8 years ago, and the drivers' names who I liked and disliked. So you best believe when we race later on in the Pro 2s, the favors will get returned. May not even have to wait that long. Zachary Goddard absolutely turfs Noah Carmichael.
And Carmichael able to get by there. At least he's trying to avoid the problems as these two continue to battle. I wonder if he's got the little clicker. Okay, that's 1, that's 2, that's 3, that's 4. Gonna have to look for a little payback there. But unfortunately, no more racing in the Pro 4s after tonight. You don't qualify, you're watching from home. You got to wait for a little retribution when you go to the Pro 2s.
That was a little bit more argy-bargy between Michael Boyd and Noah Carmichael. Boyd's the one that's come worst off of it. We're going to head straight back to the pit lane, and that is season done effectively. Back up towards Matt Lass, who is squabbling with Rick Huseman for effectively grid position in the main events when we go racing in about 15-20 minutes time. But yeah, that Pro 2 National Series campaign only kicks off September the 30th, so a long way to go.
Yeah, definitely a long one for sure there, but Hugh's been doing good work there. We take another replay and see what happened there with Carmichael, Boyd, and Goddard, or at least that was a contact between Boyd and Carmichael. And of course, Boyd, unfortunately, missed him on the last hit there because that spun him all the way out. If they would have had contact, it might have straightened him out.
We're on the final lap. Tom Grady got involved in plenty of action on the opening lap. Now around the outside, down at the tree, robbing a spot away from the Frenchman Quinton Del Loma. That's a great move as well from the factory Simsport 535.
Yeah, I got to say, Grady has really been smooth out there. Hasn't made any hard contact. It was a very clean pass when he got by Del Loma. Del Loma back there now struggling just a little bit. You can see him on board with him, and you also see, man, he's very serious at this point.
He's also very tired. It must be going on 2 o'clock in the morning, 3 o'clock for him in France. You can see over his shoulder the cross car. He's got some experience in that in the real world, but so different to this heavier and more powerful Pro 4. Matthew Lindy on top in the first of our LCQs. He moves forward alongside of Grady, Del Loma, Curran, Huseman and Lass, but unfortunately all the argy-bargy, all the fighting between Zachary Goddard, Noah Carmichael and Michael Boyd will see the trio season come to an end with the Team Watson Racing, East Coast Autosport and Boozy Jerky Racing machines now done for the Pro 4 campaign. Just one more LCQ to go before we have our 2 main events, and Hadley Boyce alongside of Trenton Briley sees Brandon Fourcade, Christian Noble, Tyler Bickford, Drake Mittag. One of the big names in this second LCQ, and then Carson Joyce and Daniel Mamie. Tommy Battelle, of course, our race control official. He won't be out there on track, at least I would hope. Our competitors might have to take a avoiding action from him, but Drake Mittag, my goodness.
Well, Trenton Briley, Drake Mittag. How many times do we also see Zach Drapkin in the LC, or going to the heat races? It's just crazy.
At least he's advanced directly this time around. Oh, jump start for Trenton Briley. And that might be his season done as well. Black flag instantly for the team goal number 17. Who gets the whole shot as we sweep through the right-hander? They are 4 beam behind, and Drake Mittag wants no part of it. He sits behind patiently and plots his way into the main event. Remember, only 2 will miss out, one of them being Trenton Briley. There comes Drake Mittag with the contact up the inside.
Had a good run with Mittag trying to make his way up through there. He's got a big battle to be back in that 6th position. Yeah, at this point, that's a qualifying spot, but Drake needs to be more up front to be a factor and maybe even possibly help his teammate out. You're in the back of the pack, you can't do much for him.
Sweep through Calamity Corner, the 515 stumbles wide. And now remember, officially start the first lap of the race, having begun on the back straight. Brandon Fourcade leads, Trenton Briley tucked in behind. Remember, you can see the black mark on the left side of your screen. He's got the penalty for the jump start. Drake Mittag slides up the inside. Now a drag race down to turn 5 with Tyler Bickford.
Well, Bickford, I'll tell you, that's pretty cool to see Bickford battling there with them. See Mittag now able to slide by. There's a lot of speed down there. Bickford be able to drop back down. Then Hadley Boyce with a nice move. Bickford gets shuffled back 2 positions. But I got to say, Hadley Boyce, boy, he was able to go right up. And just as I mentioned Boyce, you can see Mittag now battling with him.
I think I saw Daniel Mamie try the rear entry into the tree turn. And now we're all sort of stacked up. And Drake Mittag has slid through and up to 3rd. Carson Joyce has taken a big hit into the wall. And now as we slide off the corner, Mamie tangled up as well. It means we've got some separation, and now 6 trucks comfortably inside of transfer positions. But remember, Trenton Briley with that penalty, it's about 10 seconds or so that will be added to his race time. Carson Joyce, he's not out of this.
No, not at all, for sure. He's trying to do as best he can there. Boyce right on the bubble there, holding it off Joyce. But, it was weird watching Boyce get shuffled back. Let's take another look at it here. Oh, man. Talk about getting out of shape there, getting pounded. And that's the wall.
Just a bit too aggressive.
Yep.
But at this point of the season, I'm not too surprised. Fiberglass hangs off the right front of Christian Noble as Tyler Bickford, Hadley Boyce, and Carson Joyce now all sit in the tire tracks. It's not completely done for Trenton Briley, but he's going to need to push quite hard in the next 3 laps or so to build a buffer that I think is going to be little bit out of grasp unless these trucks start landing on top of one another. Tyler Bickford misjudges things, and Christian Noble, with all that pressure, slides into the wall.
Yeah, contact with the wall doesn't help, but I'll tell you, Carson Joyce wants to see that a few more times. That's just that one position. Look at Trenton Briley getting shuffled all the way back. And, oh, my goodness, into the pits. Is that the black flags being served?
It is. Now, I was not sure if he could do a drive-through, and that's indeed what he's done. How much time has it lost him? So from the race lead to 12.5 seconds back, did say it was going to cost him about 10 seconds, but he's decided to take it on track, and now it's 6 seconds he's got to close in 3 laps.
He's doing, there's no caution to really, help you out in that one. So this is only a sprint for 5 laps here, so it could get interesting.
Let's try to give him credit at least for that. Might also take advantage of any potential fighting from these 3. Daniel Mamede, of course, is the one that is slowly being caught by Trenton Briley. That will be the first target you've got to dispatch of, but how much do these 3 want to fight? As it stands right now, Carson Joyce is going to line up 24th and last in our main event.
Yeah, that's going to be very interesting. That's a lot of cars, but then again, doing my math, with, thinking about points with everybody, there's a lot of trucks in between. Bad's got to really have a good race when we get into the main event, and so does Connor. Connor's got to be, got to keep 14 cars in front of him.
Christian
In
Noble.
fact, more than that, because I think he got, 2 points for qualifying? That.
Christian Noble being run over by Hadley Boyce and Tyler Bickford, but he's holding on to the positions. He wants to make it to what would be his 3rd main event of the season. Back on the inside as they work their way to yet another one of the hairpins, but a bit more physical contact this time from Tyler Bickford. Great job from Boyce to hang on to it, and he gets off the corner with a great stream of momentum. That's 3rd now going to him. All as Trenton Briley made his way past Daniel Mamede, but still 5.5 seconds off of a transfer spot. These drivers fighting. It's not bringing Briley into the mix just yet.
No, but it's actually slowing them down just a little bit there. It's about almost about a lap and a half, let's say, to go right now.
The eyes, the erstwhile eyes off the front of one of our Uzi Cherokee supported entries. Track's evolved plenty as well. Just look at how the surface has changed compared to when we started in qualifying. Drake Mittag has closed on the race leader, but not quite there. I think Brandon Fourcade might hold on to the win in the 2nd LCQ as we get ready to see the white flag. 1 lap left to go.
Yeah, Fourcade has definitely been very smooth at this point, but I think really watching these battles back here with Noble, Bickford, Boyce, seeing how they're battling now just for position. Qualifying still real good, but Drake Mittag's giving it his all. He's knocked off a little bit of that lead there. We're on the white flag lap. Whether he can get it done, that's going to be the big question there, but it's still going to be a lot better qualifying position than being back in 6th position. So Drake's thinking ahead. He knows he had to get up there just to be in the fight, because there's still a chance he can get 3rd overall too if he does well tonight.
Christian Noble back up the inside of Tyler Bickford. All this fighting not bringing Carson Joyce into things. Trenton Briley also a bit too far behind. That is the cost of the jump start. Lesson learned for us, Dave. Wonder if anyone else was watching and learning.
Yeah, definitely a lot to be learned here for sure at this one. Well, not much of this race left here. Coming around past the skybox down into the gravel pit. Oh, man. Fourcade was doing everything he could perfectly right there. Mittag's going to have to settle for that 2nd position, but Fourcade definitely qualifying.
Nicely done as the Team Gold 43 advances. Only a second between the top 2 when all things are said and done. And how will the rest of our transfer spots shape up? Hadley Boyce 3rd, Christian Noble in 4th. Tyler Bickford and Carson Joyce move forward, while Trenton Briley and Daniel Mamede, it's season done for them, unfortunately, Dave, as now our field are 24 trucks set for the main events.
Wow, this is going to be incredible. I got to say, I've been waiting for this main event for a long time.
So Mamede and Briley 3 seconds between them at the line, and now we have a brief warm-up, a chance for those that advance directly from qualifying to head back out onto track, get a sense for the track conditions, and also warm themselves up once again. I was wondering if Connor Barry was going to head straight back out there to get a feeling for his slightly different hardware configurations today. If you're just joining us, Connor Barry, one of our championship contenders, the defending champion, unfortunately broke his tibia, the top of his tibia, and is racing with a, well, compromised leg, I think it's fair to say.
And let's just say it wasn't in the race truck.
Was it not? Has he told you the story?
I know the story.
Okay.
There was a truck and a motorcycle involved.
There's always...
And neither one were moving.
Interesting. I was going to say, there's always something two wheels involved in racing drivers' injuries. It's usually mountain bikes, to be fair.
Yeah, and I feel for him because it's happened to me. Loading stuff can be the most dangerous.
Oh, that is the worst. 90 seconds left to go. Let's just give you a quick championship update, because Dave was wondering how championship points will have
I'm trying to do the math and thinking with the qualifying and where we're at, 14 trucks.
And so, now that Connor Barry has been confirmed as not scoring any championship points, while Thad Countryman has been credited with 2 championship points, but it gives him 2 extra championship points. The gap's now up to 30, and so it is 15 positions that Connor Barry needs to finish in front of Thad across of both races tonight.
Oof. That's Mount Everest, if that makes sense.
Well, remember, invert the top 6. Connor Barry ended qualifying down in 7th, so he misses out on the invert.
Yep.
Thad Countryman qualified 4th. That means he'll start in 3rd. You can see there, top right, how the live points sit. The 9 of Cody Winicki. He's also in the sniff of 3rd, sniff of 2nd if Barry has any sort of issues tonight or finds himself pulling off with that injury. But I have no doubt that Connor Barry, defending champion, is going to fight through the pain as we get set to go for the first of our 10-lap races. Once more, comp caution at the end of lap 4.
And, you know, the question, where's Matag? Because he was sitting, 4th overall coming into this one, I believe, after, really fighting his way back up into it. So I'm kind of looking at like who's in the fight for the podium.
4th indeed, but he was quite a ways back from Cody Winicki. I break out my abacus. It was 33 even before qualifying. So with Mitak fighting through an LCQ, it's all on the uphill for him. But starting at the top of the hill, it's Sean Winkler after we inverted the top 6 after qualifying. Evan McFarlane alongside as the team championship leaders, Channel 199, look to extend their lead heading into the summer, while the championship leader Thad Countryman looks to try and win his first championship here in the iRacing Short Course National Series. Nicholas Dashley alongside, while Cody Winicki and Josh Edmondson roll through the rest of the inverted top 6. Connor Barry and Zach Drapkin then line up 7th and 8th. Scott Marek and Adam McAfee, your top 10. Cody Vanderveer, Austin Schreiber, the final 2 to make it through directly from qualifying, while Matthew Lindy, Brandon Fourcade, Tom Grady, Drake Mittag, Quentin Dallomo, and Hadley Boyce. We've seen them all, as we have Ethan Curran, Christian Noble, Rick Huseman, Tyler Bickford, Matt Lass, and Carson Joyce. The drivers have been given their instructions, and what a sight it is. 2 rows of 10 and 1 solitary row of 4 at the very back. It's 24 trucks launched at Crandon. We are racing for our final round of the championship, and squeeze this Countryman on the run down to turn 1. Evan McFarlane on his inside as we try and figure out who gets the whole shot. Couple of trucks already forced out into the wall. It includes Quinton Dallomo. But now Countryman gets swarmed, already down to 5th position. But he's trying to settle in, and that's crucial, Dave. He knows that Barry didn't have the best of qualifying, and all he needs to do is stay out of trouble. He's tagged by Zach Drapkin. Through goes Barry, but Thad Countryman is still alive.
And Countryman lost just like 3 positions, 4 positions at this point, sliding back there. And you can see that Josh Edmondson still running there. Connor Berry all the way back up to 4th position at this point behind Lindy. But still a lot of trucks, still a lot of laps, and still a lot of corners for this to make it happen. But, you know, we're seeing 3 wide. We're seeing these guys stacking up at this point.
Remember, we've only just officially started the opening lap of the race. This is not a timed race. It is 10 laps. Comp caution will pack the field up at the end of lap number 4. Countryman has held on to 5th. You know, through all of that, it could have been a lot worse, because at one point he was off the track out of Calamity corner and pushed off and had to fight his way back on. As it stands, he will be 28 points in front of Connor Barry. Why? Because Barry's in front of him by 1 position, aka 2 points eaten into the championship deficit. We are throwing fiberglass across the track as we dive back down through turn 5.
You know, I gotta say, I mean, is this one where you just kind of hang back, follow Barry, make sure nobody passes you? As long as Barry's right in front of you, it's not going to affect the championship. Or, you know, do you just kind of roll the dice and say, okay, I'm going to see if I'm faster than him? You know, because he has a little handicap tonight. Just saying.
Quite literally. These handicap plates on the car to just make the visual even better. I mean, this is... We tried to pack 7 into 1 here.
Yeah, nice wall ride.
Quinton Del Momo staying up late, waking up early, depending on how you're looking at it or how your sleep schedules operate. Then for Brandon Fourcade, he fought his way through the LCQs, but found himself on the wrong side of all of that contact. Sean Winkler in control of this, and you know, we've talked about all the progression through the fields. You know, the likes of Cody Winicki up there in the top 3 in the championship. But Sean Winkler's one we can't forget as well, who won back in round 4, just really proving how much he has continued to grow as a driver.
Oh, I agree. I was actually going to point that out until you brought it up there. I mean, Winkler's just like, okay, something clicked in him. He's got a lot of pressure with McFarland and Barry Countryman, but we've seen him hold him off before. It would be the first time. You can see right now that Barry trying to split out there, looking for a little daylight, looking for a little spot to pass. As we can see John Winkler there, immersed in his VR.
And looking at the right side, you can see Sean Winkler is only 1 point back of Nicolas Dachelet for the top 5 spots in the championship. So there's something to fight for him. Barry muscles his way through on Evan McFarland. That was clinically done. And now Thad Countryman, who's got the red number plates befitting of the championship leader, look to try and follow through. This setup out of turn 4 is often oh so crucial, but all 4 wheels pulling you out of that hairpin, 900 horsepower digging into the dirt. He has to just be patient right now. Can't afford to be too aggressive. He's got Josh Edmondson sat behind, who went quickest in qualifying. The pace is there for Edmondson this weekend.
Yeah, Edmondson's the one that actually took that fast time he mentioned, knocked Connor out of that inversion, which could have put him up front there. Now he's got his work cut out for him. But from 7 to 3, or to 2nd now, you got to say that's still pretty impressive considering how talented all these drivers, and like we mentioned, driving with a handicap.
Slightly defensive line from Thad Countryman. He gets tagged in the right rear. It sends him into the side of Evan McFarland. And now Josh Edmondson, teammates with McFarland. They try to work together here to box out the championship leader. Just to be careful.
There it is.
Can't afford to make a poor decision, and the Team Gold machine still on the inside momentarily, but now shuffled back to 5th.
And you said he was going to box him out. Edmondson got right on the bumper of McFarland, kept him tight, and Countryman had nowhere to go.
Behind now, it's Nicolas Dachelet, who, as I mentioned, fighting with Sean Winkler in the points. He's grabbed 1 more spot since we last looked at that gap, and now it's 3 points that split him from Sean Winkler at the front of this field. Well, invert, an unknown number of drivers for the 2nd of our main event, but let's be real here, Dave. Invert really doesn't mean too much when you're 10 wide on that front row.
No, it doesn't. And of course, if you're on that front row, everybody has pretty much the same equal chance of getting through there or getting tossed. And that's just what Crandon brings. You don't know what you're going to get. It's like a box of chocolates.
Some would say maybe you prefer to be on the inside or outside, but only so much you can do if the driver next to you, unfortunately, has a poor start or is just slinkied into you by the contact being made. Edmondson, that was rather awkward off the final corner, and so that Countryman's the one that loses out, but I think that was all just them stumbling momentarily for track position. Before our competition caution, it's Winkler that leads, Barry up to second, and as the live points stand right now, Barry's doing about all he can, yes, but still 24 points behind.
You know, you mentioned also again about the land rush start. It's like drag racing. Whoever gets that, you know, the quickest reaction, they're going to get that, just that nudge, just get that nose out enough. And of course, I've seen, you know, whole shots from the middle, I've seen it from the outside, and I've seen it from the inside. So no position necessarily is that much better. But of course, I would always favor the first three to the inside, because you could use that wall. The guy, you could push somebody, squeeze them down, or push them out, push them wide. Those are the sweet spots.
So Matt Lass is going to get a lap back, and then our field will begin to roll once again. We'll get 5 laps to close this first main event of the night, as our just Championship 2 fighting at the very front. But look at how Josh Edmondson, good race so far. It's seen him climb from 9th to 7th. Did you see Sean Winkler point in front? Clean air, yes, Sean, we know.
There's no one in front of me. I love it.
Oh,
that's just incredible. Well, Winkler, Barry, McFarland, Edmondson, Countryman, Dashley, Matag, Drapkin, Vanderveer, Schreiber. I mean, look at this. The top 10 are so fast. And, you know, we've seen Curran and Boyce, and Lindy's also a very quick driver. I mean, this is the who's who of iRacing short course right now. And that's the man with the bullseye on his back. I'll tell you. You see, he's ready to run tonight. He's got the Nike shirt on.
He's
I'm just saying.
Ready to just do it. He has finished no lower than 6th this season.
You got it.
Only 3 podiums in the 10 races we have had so far. 10 main events, I should say. However, consistency wins championships. And I remember when we were talking to him last week, and you were saying, you know, you finished, you know, top 5 last round. It wasn't exactly where you want to be. The reality is, Dave, you keep yourself out of trouble. Those top 5s rack you up into a championship fight.
Yes. Oh, absolutely. I mean, you said it best. You know, championships can be won with being consistent out there. I mean, that's just the key. Yeah, you want to win every race. You want to be in the podium. I have seen guys win championships that never saw a podium all season. 4th, 5th, but that front kept on changing. And who didn't? 4th and 5th, 4th and 5th. Throw a sprinkle one in there, even better.
Heading into our restart zone, it's Sean Winkler, control of the field, and now looking for that loud pedal. Bit of chaos behind as the race restarts. There is some chopping and changing, but those inside of the front 10 or so work their way down to the gravel pit. There's one truck that's been left parked in the wall. You can see it leaving now. That is Carson Joyce, 23rd and last of those running. Connor Barry holds on to second as Evan McFarland looks one way than the other. And officially, 5 laps left to go in main event 1 as there's a traffic jam on the edge of the top 10.
Yeah, definitely. You can see the battle back there. Matag trying to get up in their fight. You can see him and Thad Countryman, as well as Zach Drapkin down. Pressing Countryman. Got by Matag there. Oh, Matag a little contact there. It looks like, I do believe that was Nicholas Dashley trying to push him out of the way. Back on board we go. Thad Countryman. Great shot there. Still back, you know. He's Dashley and Drapkin able to get by him.
You know what this is doing? The fight, it is opening up the championship fight as Connor Barry, yes, has dropped down to 3rd. He's fighting side by side with Evan McFarland as we head back towards the long left-hander. Underneath the Red Bull gantry we go. That Countryman has got to be careful here because he's going to get boxed down on the outside. Barry back up to 2nd. The championship lead is now down to under 20 points. And Countryman's off the road down to the gravel pit. He's alongside of Zachary Drapkin, but almost outside of the top 10. Disaster for Countryman.
And 3 rows of 3 wide going through there. Now they're 3-4 wide at this point there. You can see Curran getting into it and see the pressure coming from behind. Oh my goodness, back there with Curran, Countryman, Drapkin, Matag. Oh, the stress.
He probably got saved there by the fact they went three wide through turn one and have cost themselves so much time. And more contact there as Ethan Curran got shoved out wide by Austin Scheiber. This is giving that breathing room to Thad Countryman. He needs it. He needs to settle down right now. They have not settled down. 4 wide into the tree complex. Tom Grady alongside of one truck who was doing their best to try and flip it. Quinton Del Lomo back in the fight. He bullies one of our boozy racing entries off the track.
Talking about a driver a little frustrated, of course, with that start. Boy, that really took him for a loop there, and he had to fight his way back up there. Del Amo, he has been so consistent this season. Can't wait to see what he's going to do in the Pro 2s. Hopefully he joins us. But, watching this battle right now, look at this, through the air. Literally look like they were holding hands. Brandon Fourcade, you can see that machine there. He's had a rough fight, I'll tell you.
He's doing his best to keep around where he started this race after winning one of those LCQs. Championship lead, 18 points, by the way. If that Countryman drops outside of the top 10, it will be around 15 points or so. Heading into the final race of the season, 3 laps left to go in this respective main event. Countryman, as we were talking about, though, has got the crucial gap. They continue to squabble. Austin Scheiber leads the second battle pack. Hadley Boyce, Ethan Curran, Matthew Lindy stretched in behind. And meanwhile, as they continue to fight up here, sent out into the wall. That is definitely worthy of a race control review. Guess who's hit the front? Connor Barry leads here at Crandon.
Got by Winkler back to P2. Edmonds still sitting strong there. Edmondson right with his teammate behind him. How about that? Look at this battle right now. You can see Winkler looking up the inside one more time. He's going to try and push him a little bit wide through this left-hander.
And knowing
gravel pit. Ooh.
And knowing that Thad Countryman at this point is likely to not finish lower than 8th, it's all on Barry to gain those 2 extra championship points. We are at that point of the season where every point will make the difference. 2 laps to go. As Sean Winkler holds on, bullies Barry back into line. Edmondson's close. Dashley is in the mix as well.
Yeah, Winkler definitely getting those elbows about 10 feet wide going through there. Barry looks down low again, but look who's also there. Edmondson trying to make a run there. I'll tell you, I don't think there's a body panel that Barry and Winkler have not touched on each other. Into the turn, Barry down low, going to push him a little wide there. Edmondson going to try and cut down to the inside, but also McFarland and Dashley back there too. Don't forget, these two got to drive smart. Connor cannot take himself out at this point. Oh, look at Edmondson.
And knowing that Josh Edmondson, former teammates with Connor Barry, how aggressive is he going to go? The answer is contact in midair. Dashley and McFarland have their own bit of argy-bargy as well. And it's Josh Edmondson that sweeps through to the lead here. He qualified on pole position. And as Sean Winkler gives the elbow back to Connor Barry for second spot, we'll have 1 lap left to go at the line. And Josh Edmondson could get ready to grab another victory in the Pro 4s.
Are you kidding me? A 3-way battle for the top position. Winkler looking low. Contact gets pounded by Dashley. Barry able to break away from Winkler at this point, but Edmondson also gave him a little bit of a breakaway at that point. But, man, Edmondson's got to be happy at this point, and I know Sean Winkler's got to be frustrated there. Contact between him and Dashley there. It's got to be interesting. You see McFarland back there, and Drake Matag still sitting back there in P6.
A great job after coming through the LCQ to put himself right in front of his teammates' championship rival. That's all that he really can do at this point, is be the thorn in the side of Thad Countryman. Already a huge lead for Josh Edmondson, as Connor Barry very much focused on second. Will we see a swap for a position behind Sean Winkler just off the podium? Nicholas Dashley trying to hold on to 5th in the championship, but Evan McFarland is trying to have a move. Meanwhile, Thad Countryman is fighting with Drake Mittag. Remember, this could be 2 valuable championship points. There's plenty of contact as Zachary Drapkin in the red line, all 56, will try and pick up the pieces. All this as Josh Edmondson grabs his second win of the season, and he does it in style at the big house. Barry behind slots into second. That Countryman, move of a champion in those final laps, holds on to sixth, and a couple of valuable championship points. The championship gap, Dave, is up to 22.
Well, you know what? It's not just this race that decides that. We got another one to do. You got to be consistent.
Quick look at our results, and hopefully a chat with at least our podium, if not more. Edmondson, Barry, and Winkler. 1, 2, and 3. What fighting we saw between them in the closing stages. Nicholas Dashley, some good fighting to claw back up to where he started, just in front of Evan McFarlane and Thad Countryman and Zachary Drapkin. Drake Mittag, what a day for him. 8 positions gained. Matthew Lindy and Cody Winicki, the rest of your top 10, while Ethan Curran, Tom Grady, and Brandon Fourcade are the first drivers just outside of those top 10 spots. Christian Noble, Cody Vanderveer, Rick Huseman, and then Hadley Boyce. Slot in front of Quinton Del Olmo and Matt Last, 2 of those that had to head to pit lane. While Adam McAfee, Mr. Batman, is in 20th. Austin Schreiber, Tyler Bickford, Carson Joyce, Scott Marek. Those are your 24. Scott Marek, a early DNF as well. We do have one more race tonight to get to, but before that, a chance for us to catch up with our podium sitters. I don't see Josh Edmondson ready for us just yet, so instead, let's invert the podium. Let's start with Sean Winkler. He's with Dave.
John, what an incredible race. I say you were out front. You're pretty much on our way. It looks like you were literally bumper for bumper with Connor, fighting him off in the last half. And then, man, but I'll tell you, talk about the battle with Connor, but also Josh Edmondson getting in the mix.
Yeah, I mean, those guys are fast as anybody. So I had a little damage on my left front, so the speed wasn't 100% there. Connor got close, and then the three of us just started mixing it up, and I kind of got the shorter end of the stick today, but that's all right. We had a good run. We led some laps, and we're up here talking to you, so I can't be too upset about that, Dave.
Yeah, definitely. And it looks like you got pile driven by Nicholas Dashley into that turn. I can't believe you both came out of that.
I can't either. So, these trucks are, they got reinforced bumpers. Let's put it that way.
Yes.
So, you just got to keep your head on straight and keep the wheel pointing forward, and you can kind of drive out of anything in these things. So, yeah, I mean, we got lucky this time, Dave.
Well, Sean, I got to say good luck to you in the second race here tonight. You got to back it up with another podium, buddy.
Gonna try. Thanks, brother.
All right.
Sean Winkler, third on the road. Let's see if we can now catch up with Connor Barry, battling through the pain and battling up to second position. Connor, first off, I do have to ask, we told the story of your injured leg earlier today. How are you doing? What's the pain on a scale of 1 to 10?
It's definitely a 10. This hurts, but I'm trying just to try and salvage a second here and just try and salvage, but it's not good.
Well, you're doing about all you can. You just missed out on the invert for that first main event, and so you had to fight your way forward, and fight you did. Josh Edmondson, he just seemed to have another gear, though, in those latter stages. Do you think you got anything to try and grab the win away from him in the second of our main events tonight?
Yeah, I actually feel fast, so as much as it's weird to only have a single foot, I still feel fast. So I really think I could have got first in that, but I just got stuck in that battle with Sean, and Josh was just there. So just need to be a little bit smarter on that and try to get the move done and not be stuck there. So I say we're in a good spot, but now we're starting in fifth, and Thad isn't first. So I think our goal here is just go out and win, and then our goal is just to get the second in the points and go from there.
Well, Connor, great to hear that you're not going to back down, at least even with the pain. Best of luck in the second race of the night.
Thank you.
Connor Barry joins us, and last but not least, let's catch up with Josh Edmondson. Turns out a brand new VR headset's the trick here at Crandon, Josh. great race, great speed. It started in qualifying as well. How comfortable are you and the Channel 199 Sim Racing truck feeling tonight?
Oh yeah, really good. Pace is good. I feel comfortable, consistent, and yeah, like you said, this new VR is awesome. This OLED screen, the picture, the quality is so good. Yeah, I think it made me a couple tenths faster.
You also let me know that one of the reasons why you missed one of the rounds of the championship earlier this year was you had a pretty cool opportunity, and I couldn't not ask you about that. You got to go out to Pastrana Land. Whoa,
yeah.
Tell us about that.
Oh man, that place is insane. It's crazy. They have so much stuff there. Obviously, the foam pits, the largest trampoline, and Lindsay's vert ramp. I got to ride their pump track on the mountain bike, and yeah, it was just awesome. Went out there with Teal. We built a rig for Street Bike Tommy, and just had a good old time. Definitely a crazy experience. I'll never forget.
It did mean that you're maybe a bit further back in the championship, but we know that your love is the Pro 2s. You've had 2 wins in the Pro 4s this season, which I think is a good sign. But Josh, the real focus, I guess, for you now is going to be building up to the Pro 2 National Series later this year, but maybe more importantly, the World Finals, where 2 of the 3 events will be in the Pro 2s.
Oh yeah, I was stoked to see that schedule. Definitely, obviously, like you said, prefer the Pro 2. Nice little summer break here. It's going to be nice, get to enjoy the nice weather here. But yeah, we'll definitely put in some time and be trying to get some more wins in the Pro 2. It's going to be stacked though. There's a lot of guys that are fast, just like this. So yeah, it's going to take a little bit of effort to be up front.
Well, best of luck for the second race of the night, Josh, and enjoy the summer. We'll see you in the Pro 2s later this year.
Sounds good. Thanks, Arjuna.
You best believe there's no keeping us away from seeing Josh Edmondson in the Pro 2s later this year, Dave.
Oh, yeah. I'm looking forward to it. I mean, like he said, he is a master of that. But I'll tell you, he is literally coming to his own in the Pro 4s. He's starting to figure it out. And I'm kind of interested with that LED, VR set. Like he said, it made him a little quicker. I mean, is it a faster refresh rate and everything? You can see everything clearer. Just gives you a better view. It's like having a new windshield, I guess.
There was a video that I saw, was it a week or so ago, maybe 2 weeks ago, but iRacing are working on this feature where you can put on one of those Apple Vision headset thingies. I forget what they're officially called. But if you sit in your sim rig and you look down, it will show you your actual sim rig, but then around you is going to be the car, if you know what I mean. It's like blending AR and VR.
Reality.
It's remarkable. Sim racing by itself is such a cool example of technology, and then you add in all the extra stuff on top of that. Josh Edmondson, as far as I'm aware, does not race with a motion rig, which is probably the only way you can make this experience not fun, is you turn the motion rig up to 200%.
Hey, I had my experience on one. I was sore and tired. It felt even more physical than being in a real rig or a real truck. It's insane, but it gives you the reality of like, oh my goodness, even the rumbling of the car, the engine, you could feel it. It just feels like you're there. I love those. And PV simulators, if you can get one, I highly suggest it. They are bad to the bone. Even
just the gear shifting, the sensation of the gear actually sliding
you feel it pull. When you shift gears, you think, whoop, whoop, and it's like, whoa.
It's remarkable. And, some of the tracks on iRacing with asphalt, not necessarily talking short course here, but they, certain drivers in esports sim racing will try and take lines that you wouldn't see in the real world because they're hitting curves in ways that you wouldn't want to. You'd damage race cars if you did that.
Yes.
It was a lot of fun when I was at Sim Racing Expo last year. I told some sim racers, go run that line that you'd like in a motion rig. And one lap in, they said,
Nope.
can I not do that again, please?
Yeah. And that's, I think, honestly, if it's the big money races like that, and it's going to get to that point where you have to be in a motion rig. Just so you can't take those cheater lines.
Oh, I hadn't even thought about it. You put them in the motion rig so that they have to do things a bit more realistic.
Yeah.
It's a genius idea.
Yeah, definitely. It just takes it just brings it that much realer. That's why I tell everybody, you're like, oh, you're announcing a video game. No, man, these are real race simulators. Until you get in one or actually drive, even a stationary one, the feedback on the wheel that you get and everything, you get a little tired from it.
Oh, absolutely.
It's so realistic. It really is. And I mean, if you've been to these tracks or any, asphalt or dirt track and you've walked it and then you see it on the iRacing, it's like, wow, they have captured this. It feels like I'm there.
Yeah, I'm commentating on some racing across 2 continents this weekend, and I promise you, some of those drivers have spent hours and hours in the sims honing their lines, especially at one of the tracks, Long Beach, where you can't really get too much practice in the real world. Infinite practice in the sim will only get you so far. We've got 24 of the best ready to go for the final time in our iRacing Short Course Pro 4 National Series season. And our points leader, Thad Countryman, has it all to do, leading us on the inside of row 1 with Evan McFarlane, Nicholas Dashley, and Sean Winkler, Connor Barry and Josh Edmonds in the front 6. Connor Barry right in the meat of that sandwich on row 1. Drapkin, Mittag, Lindy, and Winicki. That's the opening row before Ethan Kerr and Tom Grady slot into the inside of row 2 alongside of Brandon Fourcade, Christian Noble, Cody Vanderveer, Rick Huseman, Hadley Boyce, Quintin Delomo, and then final 2 cars on row 2, Matt Lass and Adam McAfee, is Austin Schreiber, Tyler Bickford, Carson Joyce, and Scott Marek. 4 cars on row number 3, and what a sight. Oh, it's glorious, Dave.
It's glorious. To see 3 rows of trucks, too, it's just like, wow. That's just gnarly just to see this. 900 to 1,000 horsepower rolling down there.
So for one final time this season, let's send 21,000 horsepower off the line here at the Big House. That Countryman has got a decent launch. He might get the whole shot, but watch the sweep around the outside of the momentum. Evan McFarlane tries in that Channel 199, the bright blue and black, and he's there alongside of Countryman. Going to be bullied down to at the very least 4th position as Cody Winicki charges to the race lead. Now as we head down to the gravel pit for the first time, Nicholas Dashley has slid off the track. There's lots of contacts, but we work our way through. That Countryman still in 4th. Josh Edmondson has gone around. Connor Barry is still in 5th.
And how about Sean Winkler sitting in that 3rd position there? You can see to the inside there, you can see Connor Barry and Hadley Boyce trying to work up the inside. And you can see the separation now, these top 5 trucks. There's a little gap back there to Hadley Boyce and Drapkin, who are battling for that 6th position. But as we look there, you can see him slide around the 199 truck of McFarlane, trying to chase down Winicki. And a little bit of a breakaway. Countryman has got a little bit of a gap there. He's got to get up in that mix there, but he's also got to stay out of the trouble. Looking to the inside here, sliding around. Cowboys corner. Winkler side by side with Barry. Barry edges him out by a nose when he gets going down through the rollers here.
I'm not going to talk championship situation, what Countryman needs to do, but right now he is 26 points clear of Connor Barry. That is plenty of margin to play with. We heard from Barry what he wants to do. Charge to the race win. Guarantee himself 2nd in points, but by no means will that be easy. Comp caution to fly at the end of lap number 4, and he has picked his way slowly now up to 4th position as we get ready to end the first lap of the race.
And Winkler's not done with him. It's down to the point. This point, Connor's, if he stays where it is, he's going to be out of it. Ooh. I think Winkler blew that turn a little bit, able to come back down as he saw him going outside there of Barry, trying to work it. But look at this. Countryman, a big gap back to Barry at this point. That's okay for Countryman. He's good where he's at.
Not going to be a big gap for long. Expect Barry to close as a bit of fighting behind. Zachary Drapkin, Nicholas Dashley leaning on one another. Dashley has got 7 points in hand over Sean Winkler right now. Winkler sits 5th, Dashley 7th as they fight for 5th in the championship. They are only 3 points back from Drake Mittag, who was tangled up in some of the opening shenanigans, and after starting up inside of the top 10 is now down in 19th position, and so he is at risk of losing that point position rather in the championship. Rather calm though at the front of the field so far.
Very calm. Winicki driving right now with a lot of pressure behind him, but he's got to forget about it. He's got to worry about hitting his lines, hitting his marks. You know, where are his braking points? Where is he got to put that truck at every corner? You know, it's his track. It's his track to drive. It's also his track to lose. Oh, there's that replay with Mittag and Lindy, and looks like Curran got caught up in it. Oh, man, is that Del Amo? That thing just pile drove him.
I mean, yeah, who in the back of the pack did not get tangled up there? As here comes McFarlane down to turn 3, sniffs the inside, breathes on the door of Cody Winicki, who gets a great exit off the corner as well. Remember, Cody Winicki, who is comfortably at this point 3rd in the championship. Don't think there's much disputing that. Evan McFarlane wants to dispute the race lead. Now leaves Winicki on the inside as they leap through the air and down to turn 5 once again. That countryman loving this. He's able just to sit there, relax, breathe, and stay out of trouble.
Gotta love that Forest County Potawatomi turn number 1 there. A lot of high speed. Oh, a hard hit there as McFarlane hits the ground there. Countryman right in there. Look at these top 3 really breaking away. Connor Berry off the pace a little bit as he fights there, holding off the Sean Winkler machine. But Cody Winicki, so impressive right now. McFarlane, he has been turn for turn with him. He's right there. Winicki's got to stay every lap consistent like this. Because I'll tell you, you make a mistake, McFarlane and Countryman are going to be there. Countryman looking up right now the inside of McFarlane.
If I'm Countryman, I'm also very aware, though, that the last thing I want to do is put myself outside of the top 15 and leave myself with work to do in the back half of the race. It's not that you want to be tentative. It's not that you're being conservative. It's that you're making smart decisions. You want that Mountain Dew to be a celebratory Mountain Dew at the end of this race. Back down to turn 5 and 3. Very aggressive lines taken. That Countryman, 2 for the price of 1, goes to the race lead.
Yeah, he was able to lean on those 2 as they were already blowing that corner. Countryman looked a little lower. Winicki trying to answer back. Tight right now, but McFarlane, they're going to be side by side. Switching positions in through the air, crossing it up there. Man, I tell you, man, I can see the mantra going through Countryman's probably with that Nike shirt, like you said. Just do it, just do it, just do it, just do it. Oh!
That was asking for trouble, though. He gets a little bit tangled up there with Evan McFarlane. All of the fighting at the front, bringing Barry Winkler, maybe Drapkin into the mix as well. We will end lap number 4. Competition caution will fly, and the points leader, Thad Countryman, is up front. It was a photo finish between Evan McFarlane and Cody Winicki. Still flying out there and will slowly concede their speed.
They're like,
Boys,
let's just keep going.
Yeah,
We're still going.
Have they not got the message? Maybe I haven't got a message here. We're still fighting, yes?
Yeah. Comes out next time around, I guess, right after 5. This battle's far from over right here.
No,
okay,
here we go,
now.
finally.
Okay. Oh, we got to stop? They were having so much
exactly.
fun.
They were having too much fun. Race control's nasty intervention slows down.
Just let them run it out. Go. Start again, start again.
The only driver really happy about this is Connor Barry, who now gets that chance to latch onto the back of them.
Yeah, Connor, I mean, he's sitting right now, if it stays the way it is, it's going to be, Countryman and Barry. But I think Winicki, with a great run right there, he doesn't have to worry about Mittag or even Dashley at this point.
Look how close they are. As I think one of Tyler Bickford and Brandon Fourcade getting a lap back there, as the field sits stationary and now just waiting. For Thad Countryman, if he comes out on top, this would be the 2nd win in a main event. However, so far this season, he has not combined across both of the races on the night to be the highest point scorer. But again, it goes back to what we were saying earlier, Dave. It's consistency that wins the championship.
Absolutely agree 100% on that one. All right. Is he breathing? He just looks so motionless right now. He is so concentrated. He's running through the turns, talking to probably some spotters right now. He is focused.
I mean, that's about as motionless as you can be at this point in time. Starting to wiggle the wheel, that's the sign that the drivers have been given their instructions, and we are moments away from restarting this race. He doesn't need to win the race to win the championship. That's the perfect way to sign off.
I was going to say, don't you want that cherry on top? The last race of the season, you take the championship. Yeah, that Sunday is now complete.
5 laps left at the line, and Thad Countryman is not waiting around, racing once more in the iRacing Short Course Pro 4 National Series. Truck length or two between the front couple as we skip down towards the gravel pit once more. For a side-by-side moment outside the top 10. A nicely timed restart for Thad Countryman.
I'll tell you, Countryman is going to keep in his head that he went a little high in that corner last time. It almost cost him, so now I'm sure mental note has been made. He gets out of Calamity Quarters. We go on board with Winicki back in P3 at this point, as he's watching the battle between him and between McFarlane and Countryman unfold underneath them. Wants to get in the mix. Doesn't want to take anybody out, though.
Cody Winicki, 2 race wins this season. 1 in round 3, 1 in round 5. He's had a very good season overall, though, and would love to remind us that he's just continuing to get stronger. Zachary Drapkin and Nicholas Dashalet is swapped down at turn 5. Now Dashalet defending from Scott Marek as they slip down the hill. It's costing Dashalet in his fight with Sean Winkler, who's trying to hold on to 5th in the championship as Nicholas Dashalet skips through over the jump. Here comes Marek in the white back up the inside.
And for Drapkin, he's probably thinking in his head right now that there's a possibility of getting by Winkler on points. I mean, 395 to 398. If he can get up there and get past Winkler and, you know, get up maybe 2 positions, that could change a little bit for the top 5. There is a lot of stuff going on.
Winkler a bit stalled behind Connor Barry for the time being, but they're never too stalled out behind a driver of that speed. But look at them alongside of one another. Zachary Drapkin in the red line, all 56, the teammate to Sean Winkler in that Racecraft Academy stable. He won't force the issue if he doesn't need to. Behind, though, they are forcing the issue. Josh Edmondson alongside of Scott Marek as they drag down to the tree.
Yeah, Marek had a horrible first race. Now looking at this one to kind of answer back, but still watching this battle between Winkler and Barely. But like I said, you know, teammates beside, Drapkin, you know, knows he's only kind of points there behind Winkler right for the top 5 positions. You know, you're thinking in your head a little bit too. You know, teammate besides, you still want to finish better, but you don't want to take him out either.
I wonder as well as we work deeper into the night if that pain, which Barry already has admitted is at a 10 on the pain scale, is becoming more and more of a factor for Connor to have to deal with. The gap between...
Knowing Connor, he took nothing stronger than an aspirin or Tylenol.
Exactly. No, and, you know, he's probably waiting until he gets out of the rig and has his post-race responsibilities helping to run the series as well. It won't be a short night, that's for sure. Zach Drapkin almost runs into the back of them, but all of this is now 1.8 seconds up to the top 3, with Countryman, McFarlane and Winicki being very, very friendly to one another and giving each other plenty of room.
Yeah, he was trying to get in the mix again as Dashalet. You know, that little bit of separation, Dashalet was fighting back there with Edmondson, Lindy, and of course Marek has slid all the way back to P10. But man, this battle is still 3 laps to go here.
Dashalet in front now of Drapkin. That's 2 extra points. Gives him a 7-point buffer over Sean Winkler for 5th in the championship. Josh Edmondson next in line to try and get past Drapkin as we leap into the left-hander. Back into the tail end of the lap with what will be 2 laps to go. At the line, not just on the night, but on the season as well. And Thad Countryman could be 2 laps away from a Pro 4 championship to remember. Meanwhile, Josh Edmondson has fought his way in front of Zachary Drapkin, starting to slide backwards. Here comes Matthew Lindy, shoving it up the inside.
Yeah, he's going to be right there rubbing away with Drapkin there. But so impressed with Winkler, and Barry and Dashley. Dashley able to move up there. Edmondson now getting in the fight. You see the 199 sim racing machine there as we get a good shot of Lindy as he battles with Drapkin, and Merrick's coming back. Merrick coming out swinging all the way from 10th to 9th there. From 10th to 1st, we've got battles going on, Arjuno.
And Edmondson, through all of this fighting, is now 1 point in front of Sean Winkler in the championship. Let's let them fight behind for a little bit. Let's focus on the lead, where Thad Countryman, a lap and a half away from the crown, wants to win the title. Putting the stamp on the field with the win as well. However, Evan McFarlane sliding over to Channel 199 Sim Racing to start this year off. He's joined a big team. He's got the support of the resources behind him. He wants a race win as well. Around the outside down to the Calamity corner. Cody Winicki sniffing to pick up any pieces that are left. 1.5 miles left in the season.
You can see Countryman playing a little bit with the brakes and getting on the binders through that corner just a little bit. Trying to stay down low to the inside of McFarlane. A little beating and banging going on.
This is McFarlane's best run of the season since the opening round when he finished on the podium in both of those races. It just goes to show sometimes how quickly momentum can be stifled. Countryman, can he survive turn 5? Yes, gets through safely, holds on to the lead. Yes, there's a drag race. Evan McFarlane's got a great exit.
Look at Barry sliding back all the way to 10th now. What's going on? What did we miss?
Plenty of contact, but remember, it was somewhat academic. He is still 14 points clear of Cody Winicki as here we go up front. Winicki trying to now rob second away from Thad Countryman.
Farland with that beautiful move that you just called there, getting that top position. Countryman, Winicki looking now to the inside of Countryman. Countryman getting real sideways contact with McFarlane. McFarlane pushes high. They'll have that inside line coming down on board with Countryman into the Calamity corner there. McFarlane looks low. Countryman with contact. Oh.
And as Evan McFarlane grabs the win, Thad Countryman is the 2026 iRacing Short Course Pro 4 National Champion.
Oh, the big sigh of relief out of him.
What a final. He knew what he needed to do. 3 podiums in the previous 5 rounds of the season. And guess what he did? Stuck it on the podium to close out the year. And a worthy champion to succeed Connor Barry.
Yeah, I'll tell you, he definitely wanted to take the win on this one, but still smart driving. Didn't let himself get taken out there. Fought his way all the way to the end to get that championship.
And looking forward to catching up with our champion in the moments upcoming. Evan McFarlane grabs his first win of the season. An up and down season, mostly up on each side of the book. Cody Winicki second and third in the championship. He'll be thrilled as Channel 199 Sim Racing extend their points lead in the team championship as well. Thad Countryman third on the road, enough to grab him the title. Sean Winkler fourth, Josh Edmondson fifth, while Drapkin, Lindy, Dashley, Marek, and Mittag the top 10. Greg Mittag doing a good job to fight back. Austin Schreiber, Cody Vanderveer, and then Rick Huseman 11th through 13th. Connor Barry on that final lap, dropping to 14th. In front of Adam McAfee, Christian Noble, Tom Grady, Ethan Curran, Brandon Fourcade, and Hadley Boyce. Behind the top 20, just Joyce, Bickford, Dalomo, and Lass, only one off the leading lap. And here are your provisional points. Remember, still some race control review to work our way through. But no waiting around, let's catch up. Third place in the final race of the season, but our 2026 Pro 4 champion, Thad Countryman with Dave.
Wow, Thad. Man, you had the Nike shirt on. You said, just do it. Was the mantra playing through your head this entire time or what?
Oh, yeah. I knew he had really good speed there for sure. And Evan did too, and he was being smart about it. which I really enjoyed. That was really good racing, and pulled a move on me towards the end there, allowed Cody to get there, and I thought I threw a pretty rough move on Evan there in gravel pit. I kind of backed out of it a little bit. It was pretty harsh, but he said it was all right, so maybe I shouldn't have let off a little bit. But overall, that was a really good race between the three of us. Had a lot of fun.
Yeah, that gravel pit move going there, you guys look pretty much door to door, and then the inside, of course, when Nikki, was battling with you guys. Man, I thought it was going to be 3 wide going through Calamity Corner there at that point.
Oh yeah, I knew Cody was coming. He was just lurking behind us, waiting for us to start battling.
So were you getting updates to where Connor was? Or were you not worried about it?
I wasn't. I was thinking about it, but once I got about to like lap 7 or 8, I was just so focused on staying in front of the pack. I heard somebody mic up, said, "Sorry, Connor," and all of a sudden he wasn't on the relative anymore. And that's all I really seen.
Yeah, he ended up getting swiped back pretty deep into the field. And the ironic thing, it was what we talked about. He would have to get 14 positions on you, and I think he finished 14th in this last one race. So,
yeah, that'll do it.
So, I mean, when you're battling up front, you got the title on the line. What is going through your mind? Are you just so focused on where your marks are, where are your braking points, where you got to put that truck each time? It's like being in the zone.
Yeah, I'm really focused on trying to run the fast line so I don't get, once one guy behind you throws a move on you, and if you're just trying to run the fast like quality line, he throws a move on you and slows you down, then the 3 other trucks are probably going to pass you. So I was just trying to do a mixture of both, run the fast line once Evan started getting with me. Tried to run the fast line and cover off the inside a couple times so I wouldn't get freight trained,
Well, you kept your head down. You didn't get the win to put the cherry on top, but you got the championship. So you still got the Sunday, as I say. So yeah. I know you have so many people to thank. I mean, this is just not only a team effort, but a lot of hard work with sponsors making this happen.
Yeah, I got to thank Team Gold Esports, Trenton, Adam, Brandon, Tyler, all these guys helping me out, helped me get to where I am today. Selling transport. All my friends and family watching. You guys putting on a great broadcast as always. It's a lot of fun. Thank you.
Well, Thad, give me whoa, I'm a champ. Come on.
I'm a champ. Woo!
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Thad Countryman, everybody, came out the Pro 4 champ this year.
Did it in style. Let's catch up, though, with the winner of our second main event, Evan McFarlane. Evan, physical move down at the penultimate corner. What was your thoughts on all of that fighting? It was a great race from our perspective.
Yeah, I knew I had a good position for the invert. That set me up really nice, and the whole game plan was just to try to have a good start and try to run away with whoever was in front of me or behind me, and luckily Thad came out in front, so it was race on. Until that comp caution, and then after that I was like, all right, I'm just gonna try to take my time, follow Thad. I mean, he's really faster, and I knew I could count on him. He's great under pressure, and luckily Cody was also kind of agreed to like that mutual agreement, and yeah, it was a great racing. I mean, I was just trying to wait until the last lap, and yeah, just ran Thad pretty hard there, but yeah, I really wanted that win. I'm not sure where I'm in the overall. I think I might have had it, but yeah, I'm really happy. Had damage in that first race, so it was really nice to come back and get this win.
Up and down season. It started off well, but I know the mid part had some frustrations from no necessarily fault of your own. How do you reflect on the season? How do you move through the summer and over into the Pro 2s later this year?
Yeah, I think the season, it was really good. It was a really good sophomore season. I had a similar season in my sophomore year for Rallycross, so I'm hoping next year maybe we can battle for a top 3 in the championship. We'll see, but yeah, I mean, Long Beach was just unfortunate. Bark River, just didn't put myself in good positions, but just really happy. Put myself in better positions for last weekend and this week. So yeah, really happy, looking forward to the Pro 2s, and yeah, thank you guys.
Congrats on a victory to close out the season. See you after the summer.
Yes, sir.
Evan McFarlane wrapping up the season with a win. Let's wrap up our coverage this year with a catch-up with Cody Winicki, third in the championship. And Cody, we were singing your praises earlier today, saying just how much you've continued to evolve as a driver. How happy are you with this season overall?
I'm glad it's over. I mean, the first race, we had a couple mishaps, got spun around, had to take a pit, and then we worked our way back up to 10th, and then we had the outside for the second main, and I got a magnificent jump and just pulled it all the way out to the outside and held first for a while, but it's always hard to stay in the lead when you got 24 other drivers trying to do it as well, and once you get behind another driver, it's kind of easier to focus and then shoot for a pass. And I'm just glad with the comeback I did tonight. It felt great, and I was puckering for sure.
1-2 for Channel 199 Sim Racing in the second race tonight. How's the new team environment been going for you? Team leads the team championship now with the Pro 4 season in the books.
Yeah, the Channel 199 team is awesome. Josh, Trevor Teal, all those guys, they put in a lot of work to get these trucks dialed in, and these sets are working great as we can put Channel 199 on top.
Well, Cody, great season for you. Can't wait to see you after the summer when we head back to the Pro 2s.
Yeah, thank you so much. I want to thank Channel 199, Track Racer, Racecraft, Polaris Racing, MRT Tires, MRT Teamsters, Top Box Racing, Winicki Motorsports, Works Graphics, my wife, my friends and family for watching. Thank you guys. Shout out to Jerome. He's out here watching tonight. And thank you guys for the awesome league, and can't wait to go back and watch this crazy race.
Gotta get some more podiums, Cody. You can give Jerome some more love. We'll see you after the summer. Oh, Dave, what a season it was. Connor Barry came in as the defending champ, but that countryman, maybe to the surprise of some, leaves as the new king.
Hey, the consistency thing ain't no joke right there. And I gotta say, it was a hard-fought battle. We pretty much didn't know who was going to take it until the last two races. I mean, everybody's like, oh, Connor, he's coming out swinging, he's leading the points, blam, and then bad things happen. Drake Matag, defending champion coming into this, out of the Pro 2s, and he was looking all right. He was going to be a favorite. Well, he stumbled too. That's the way racing is. You're going to be surprised sometimes. Sometimes you're not. This time, happy for Thad Countryman. He deserved it, man. He was Mr. Consistent.
Don't forget, we return September the 30th. What a long way away is our next iRacing Short Course National Series round. We'll break up the Pro 2s. 5 consecutive weeks run through the end of October, and by then we will know our grid for the iRacing Short Course World Finals, November 18th, December 2nd, and December 16th, as Drake Mittag looks to retain his World Finals crown. 2 Pro 2 rounds this year. Josh Edmondson is looking forward to it. But there's so much to come. Time for us to enjoy some time off the sim. For the team at iRacing Short Course, thanks for your company this year. Dave Arnold alongside myself, our Junior Kanky Party, with Hugo Luis in the production booth. We'll see you after the summer to roll out our Pro 2 trucks for some more dirt slinging action. First up, it's the 3-time king starting off on top. It's win 17 for Connor Barry. First-time winner in the iRacing Short Course National Series. Take a bow, Drake Mittag. And while Luke Canutt's yet to taste success in 2025, it's going to be a taste that's oh so sweet. Swain's not going to stand down. To the line, a photo finish. Her first win in the National Series. Crystal King gets it done. It's taken a while for Josh Edmondson to crack the victory circle. Winning the war, Drake Mittag, the 2025 iRacing Short Course World Finals champion.